We have weakness again in the oil patch. We are still, if you recall, sideways massively since this July timeframe, like massively. They've done their SPR releases. They're just really digesting sideways. So if you have long positions in the oil and gas trend list, of which I have like a third, right? It doesn't hurt to put some, put spreads out in the money. Not out money. Mine are actually 80 by 5. But the point is you can put spreads for protection. Because I have mentioned that I kind of think this is going to break down a little bit. At least that would be normal. It started to, and then it, didn't. But my big thing is this is very extended. Here's the 10-week, right? And yeah, I think December, it might be a little bit, it depends on your positions. You have to trade how often you're going to be monitoring all that. But my point was, I think it makes sense for there to be weakness in energy longs and growth. I don't talk about trends. I still think there's a whole bunch of action long in the energy patch, no question, right? But the point is, you can see Valero and some others have started to peter out in the past few days. I think might be the time that they really do come back in, right? This is finally kind of like, okay, we're tired. If it can now stay below this 91, I think we'll start to see this here. And I'm just saying for a trade, not a trend. We break 90, I think we're going to run down to 85 pretty quickly. Okay, so there you go. Here's your gap fill on the hourly for XLE. 90.60 needs to break. We're already underneath the monthly. Yeah, there we go. All right, so if you're chasing, XLE has clearly triggered, right? We need a lot more, but the point is it's come down to the 21. It's been teasing me terribly because I thought this was going to be the start of a pullback to 85. Anyway, it needs to stay. It's a really nice break, right? I think this is going to be down to 85 probably next week. XLE's finally busted through that line, so that's definitely working. So XLE is just tired. I'm extremely bullish the energy space for 2 years. You know that, since November of 2020. But the point is that this is a trend that still can succumb to massive profit taking, right? Then it gapped up, it's moving higher. And now there is definitely the underlying weakness in the underlying oil, but it's just tired too. This is a monthly. We overshot the monthly, and then we pushed higher on this OPEC news of production cuts, but it was a lot stronger than I actually expected. It didn't take very long at all. It just kept going into the next monthly, and now it's digesting this, and now it's breaking this. That's what I see down to 85. It just took a little bit while. I thought it was going to happen here. So hence add time, remember? Anyway, it's working. They're just gonna have a test now, but they're still in trend. And it depends on where you put this also in your, this is massive moves. Yeah, it depends on what you've got, obviously, but all of these oil and gas trend plays are having some weakness as a result of the underlying weakness, but it's also just, it's time to protect. Into year end, absolutely. And remember what happened here? When was this? End of the quarter. Middle of the quarter, before the end of the quarter statements. So massive profit taking. There wasn't anything wrong. XLE, nice press short. This is gorgeous, right? All right. So the only thing I have with, I don't know if you heard my comment on this. This is the end of the second half. They've made some great gains since this massive move higher, right? A lot of folks not only hiding out in the one productive sector of not only strength but also safety fundamentally and from a macro standpoint is this oil and gas sector. Remember last June, middle of June, they tanked it. It was very much profit taking, I believe. I think they have the risk is for that to happen again. Plus we have the weakness in the underlying with oil breaking below 80. So protect. This has been the mantra for the past, what, I think maybe 3 weeks, or is it just 2 weeks? I don't know, but protect. I still think that this has weakness down to 85. So whatever you've got long in your trend list, you're fine. You know, I'm just saying, expect some pullback. It's finally happening. 85, here we come. Nice little chase or whatever, swing, whatever your time frame. The energy sector is having some profit taking. It's just picking up speed. It's a gorgeous, right? Breakdown to 85. Diamonds should start to feel that pretty darn soon. XLE, I knew it was going to roll over, but it took longer than I expected. I thought this was the day. Dang it. Anyway, the point is we have profit taking in one sector, which is oil and gas. We have distribution in another, 103, and then XLE, right? This is 85 en route, beautiful. All right, we're definitely getting some intraday support in XLE. You can kind of see this support level 3 on an intraday, but this is a gorgeous rollover, right? So I still see 85. But let's see what happens. We could have resistance, right? A pop back up into resistance, but right now, nice pullback. So far, so good. 85 is really all I'm looking for this one. Careful on energy short. Yeah, no, just to 85. Just to 85. That's all. That's all. Okay, Brian is warning on the energy short. Says there should be a report draws this week on inventories ahead of the holiday. When is that? Because normally it's Wednesday, right? Same time, 10:30. They haven't changed that.